is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Off the top, an 11-year-old girl killed by gunfire. This afternoon, 3 adults are facing charges, including her father and grandmother. The shooting happened inside of a South Florida home yesterday. CBS News Miami's Najahe reports.
Talion Clark was in a bedroom with her little brother in the apartment building right across the street from us when it all happened. Now, her father, grandmother, and father's girlfriend are all facing charges related to her death. Her father, Tito Clark, her grandmother, Charlene Webster, and dad's girlfriend, Nancy Sevier, are all being charged with manslaughter. According to the arrest affidavit, she was in a bedroom with her little brother when dad and grandmother heard a pop. During a search warrant, a .140 caliber silver casing was found on the bedroom floor near a dog cage, and a handgun was found wrapped in a pink scarf and brown blanket on top of the dog cage. Through interviewing the family members, they found inconsistencies throughout their stories. Talion was shot in the upper left side of her chest. Her father did transport her to the hospital, but unfortunately, she died an hour and 9 minutes after the initial call came in at noon. In Overtown, Najahe CBS News, Miami.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
Taking a live look across South Florida. Even though it's cloudy out there, we still remain under a heat advisory. Next Weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler is tracking what's ahead.
Temperature made it up to 91 degrees already today, but it's the heat index, what it feels like with the combination of the heat and the humidity. So right now, Miami has dipped down 1 degree down to 89 degrees. Still feels like it's in the triple digits, but my goodness, look at Key West. Feels like 106. So yes, we have the clouds. We even had a little bit of rain, but a heat advisory will continue until 6 p.m. Now, the Keys have been dropped out of it, so this is just for Miami-Dade and the Broward County area. We could see heat indices or feels like temperatures up to 107 degrees, and we've already seen that kind of stuff today. But where we've had showers and storms developing, you can see how the temperatures drop down. Right now, it's 84 degrees in Homestead. That's because they're getting some rain in that area, so the outflow from that is pulling in some cooler air. But what a mess when you look at the radar and clouds. A lot of cloud cover coming in from the Atlantic, the Bahamas. We've got a center of low pressure, an upper level low sitting off the southeastern coast of the United States, and that's pulling in lots of moisture with these clouds. Some thunderstorms trying to get going here. We've had one in particular around the Homestead area in the Redlands. This one has been drifting to the southwest very slowly. We've had some gusty winds, the possibility of gusty winds with this, and a little bit of lightning there. Not a lot just in the last few minutes, but that's the only storm that has gotten going yet today, and this is out over the Everglades now. We could have some more development yet this afternoon. We're not going to count it out. It happened yesterday, even with the dust in place. So anywhere out here, you could see some showers and storms popping. I think the better chance will be up around the Lake Okeechobee area and also in Palm Beach County, but we'll keep an eye out for you. We'll let you know. Dust, yes, we still have the dry Saharan dust in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. All that moisture is sitting here at the surface. Dust is going to still be with us tomorrow, but start to thin out. And by the time we get into Saturday, notice by late in the day, that dust kind of makes its way back into the Gulf of Mexico. I think we'll have at least a couple of days where we're dust-free. Another plume coming in next week. But here's your rain chances. Notice tomorrow, 60% chance we're going to push that way up because of that area of low pressure sitting out in the Atlantic. That's going to push a lot of moisture our direction, so we will have a better chance to pick up rain tomorrow. So expect it to be quite a rainy day. This is our computer modeling. So tonight, not so much, but tomorrow, look at this moisture coming in from the Atlantic. We will see some showers and some thunderstorms, quite a bit of it as a matter of fact, so kind of a rainy pattern is on the way for tomorrow. Here's your forecast. Temperatures a little cooler tomorrow, then we're back into the lower 90s. The next week, more of a typical summertime pattern with an easterly wind, afternoon showers and storms.
And now to a safety alert. A search is underway this afternoon. It's for the man who tried to kidnap a 10-year-old girl. Police say it happened as the child was taking out the trash. It was near the Phoenix Apartments in Homestead. Police also say the man in this sketch got out of his car with his pants unbuttoned and his private parts exposed. He walked toward her and tried to grab her. The girl ran into a nearby playground and stayed hidden until she saw the man drive away. Police are encouraging parents to remind their children to stay vigilant.
Speak to your children as to what to do if they're ever in this type of situation. Fight back, try to escape, run away, reach safety, do whatever you can, scream, bring attention to yourself.
I definitely feel like if the child is going to go outside, a parent should watch them and keep watching their kids at all times, because this is a dangerous world that we live in, and you never know who may be watching.
The suspect is described as a black man between 40 and 50 years old. He has short hair. He's around 5'9" to 5'10" and weighs about 150 to 175 pounds. The car he was driving is cream or beige colored four-door sedan. It is possibly a Toyota with multiple items inside. Homestead police say they're worried he might strike again. If you have any information, call police. Maybe the middle of the summer, but the Miami-Dade County School District is already getting ready for the first day of class. CBS News Miami's Terry Hornstein spoke to the superintendent and teachers about where things stand.
The kids. Just seeing the kids.
It's always nice to see all of our hard work from the summer come to fruition.
Looking forward to like a brand new year, starting fresh.
A lot of excitement for Miami-Dade school staff ahead of a brand new school year.
Make sure you get some rest, eat breakfast, and come with an open mind.
In the middle of summer, they're already getting ready to welcome back students come August. One of the biggest challenges teachers are preparing for, summer slide.
There are teams in every school that are coming together so that they develop blueprints.
We need to reinforce like the reading comprehension, the writing.
With about 5 weeks until the first day, we caught up with teachers and principals, as well as Superintendent Jose Dotris at a professional development event to discuss where things stand.
We have kids coming in, coming out. We feel that enrollment is stable, unlike some of the losses that maybe other school districts have experienced.
While enrollment is stable, Dotris says in the last few years, they've watched the number of immigrant students coming in go up, and they expect the same this year.
So we welcome any newcomer into our schools. We're prepared.
And when it comes to teacher shortages, we've seen in the past, they've added 4 programs to help combat that.
We are really hoping and counting on having less vacancies than in prior years.
These educators working hard to make sure they're ready to face whatever comes their way.
Terry mentioned the summer slide. That's the learning loss that students can experience when they're out of school. Coming up tomorrow on CBS News Miami Morning Edition, experts offer simple ways to avoid it. That's tomorrow at 6. Some Parkland parents were in Oklahoma. That's where legislators enacted a new law. It's named for their daughter, Alyssa. She was one of the 17 people killed in the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School massacre. Law is similar to the one adopted here in Florida. It requires school districts to implement a panic alert system that is directly linked to law enforcement.
If something were to happen day or night and an alert or security system is activated, they can easily just click like their threat assessment button, and it immediately pulls up all the cameras in the area.
Alyssa would be here today if there was a panic button available.
Officials are now working on a list of approved panic alert systems for each Oklahoma school to choose from. When we come back, a scare in the air. 2 commercial jets come incredibly close to disaster. We take a look. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Back on the campaign trail, President Biden has a meeting with union leaders as he's hosting a NATO summit. This as questions surrounding his re-election bid persist within his own party. CBS News Miami's Natalie Brand reports.
President Biden meeting with union leaders in Washington Wednesday is trying to shore up the support of key groups that back his campaign as he tries to prove he's still up for the job.
It's all about whether or not we're going to grow the economy, whether we're going to give working people a shot.
This afternoon, the president welcomes NATO leaders during this critical week for his political future.
Joe's own party now wants him to throw in the towel and surrender the presidency after a single 90-minute performance.
Former President Trump capitalized on President Biden's struggles post-debate as he returned to the campaign trail. Joining him, Florida Senator Marco Rubio, one of the names on his potential VP shortlist.
I think they probably think I'm going to be announcing that Marco's going to be vice president.
With polling that shows Trump ahead in key battleground states, Colorado Senator Michael Bennet went public with this warning.
Donald Trump is on track, I think, to win this election and maybe win it by a landslide and take with him the Senate and the House.
Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was asked this morning if she wants President Biden to remain at the top of the ticket.
It's up to the president to decide if he is going to run. We're all encouraging him to make that decision because time is running short.
President Biden is set to hold a news conference Thursday, which many see as a major test. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
A scare in the sky. The FAA is investigating a terrifying incident in the sky. It's above an airport in Syracuse, New York. Police dash cam video captured two jetliners on a collision course Monday morning. Air traffic control cleared an American Airlines flight from Washington Reagan with 79 people on board to land at the Syracuse airport. They also cleared a Delta flight for takeoff from the same runway. At their closest point, the planes were only separated by about 725 feet. It was the pilots who sounded the alarm.
5421, 35, runway 28, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 28, 5421.
Wait, who's cleared to take off on 28? 2335, 11, Syracuse Tower, go around. Good.
The FAA is looking into the incident. It says close calls dropped 68% in the first 5 months of 2024. That's compared to last year. It's a big night for fans of the new CBS show, The Real CSI Miami. There are two back-to-back episodes of high-profile murder cases. First up, crime scene investigators examined the tragic shooting death of rapper XXXTentacion. It happened outside a Deerfield Beach motorcycle shop back in 2018.
Eyewitnesses tell investigators they remember seeing two men with guns and a driver. The gunman approached Jase's BMW. Then Leonard Kerr is seen fleeing the passenger side of the victim's vehicle. At that point, one assailant took Jase's bag.
The one that was trying to touch the chain and not rip him off, X must have said something that he didn't like. The guy backed like 1 foot away, point the gun up, pop, pop, pop.
Tonight, you'll see and hear how cutting-edge science was used to find the killers in a crime that set social media ablaze. Then, an investigation into the 1996 murder of University of Miami Hurricane linebacker Marlon Barnes and his girlfriend in an on-campus apartment.
And it looked like there was a big fight that took place. Yet, there were no foot tracks leading away from the apartment. As they walked out the apartment and went down the stairs, they should have left some type of foot impression trail. But there was no blood on any of the steps. The biggest question that came to mind is, how did they leave?
And tonight, you'll get a behind-the-scenes look at how investigators use the technology of the time to bring that killer to justice. Don't miss back-to-back episodes of The Real CSI Miami. That's tonight starting at 9, followed by CBS News Miami at 11. That's the CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.